Hello everybody. Today we'll start franchise and entrepreneur. Um, this is a lecture series 4, 5, 6. We'll start the definition of the franchise and the types of franchise, and then we'll develop our discussion to the future types of the franchise, and then after that finally we'll start advantage and disadvantage of franchisee and franchisor. Okay, so that is our three series of the lecture. Now we'll start from definition of franchise. You see, franchise basically came from the French language. Fran means free, chais is let it be, so let be free, or something like giving some privilege. So definition of franchise, we'll see a legal and commercial relationship between the owner of a trademark, service mark, trade name, or advertising symbols, and an individual or group seeking the right to use that identification in business. Okay, so franchise governs the method of conducting business between the two parties. You can imagine, for example, say McDonald's, Dunkin' Donuts, or what else? Kentucky Fried Chickens. They are a kind of the type of the franchise. All right. So, and then generally a franchisee sells goods or services supplied by the franchisor. Okay. So Kentucky Fried Chicken, they will sell the Kentucky Fried Chicken. McDonald's is also McDonald's hamburger. So franchisor or sells supplied by franchisor or sells goods or service that meet the franchisor's quality standards. Franchising is based on mutual trust between the franchisor and franchisee. Okay, so that is the basic definition. Another definition is the franchisor provides the business expertise, okay, marketing plans, management guidance, and financing assistance, site location training that otherwise would not be available to the franchisee. The franchisee brings to the franchise operation the entrepreneurial spirit and drive necessary to make the franchise a success. So franchise is, you can understand, something like somewhat between of the types of the business. You start from the very beginning, okay, and or to buy the existing business. So franchising business is somewhat between, okay, buy existing business or start from the scratch. So step by step we'll see what is means of the franchising. Now, types of franchise. There are major form of the three types of franchise. The product franchise, that is a product distribution franchising. That is the most simple forms. Manufacturer granted the franchisee the right to sell its products. Okay, McDonald's hamburgers, they will sell their hamburgers under the franchisor's brand name and trademark through a selective limited distribution network. For example, car dealership, Toyota Motor Car dealership, or Honda Motor Car dealership, and service stations. Okay, this is a very simple form franchising. The other one is a name and plus process franchise. This is trade name franchising, because maybe if you start business, to establish your brand names is a very difficult. Takes maybe about 30, 40, 50 years to establish big brand names. But for example, if you are one of the franchisee members of the, say, Holiday Inn hotels, okay, certain groups, then you can use their brand names. Okay, so this type of franchising not only grants the right to use the name and sell the products or services of the franchise, but it also involves transfer of the total way of doing business and has been developed by the franchise. Originally something like a Kentucky Fried Chicken, something like this. Okay. Well, this is the two major things. Product franchise is only the products, and then the other ones is a process franchising. Number 3 is this type is the most popular ones, business format mode. Pure franchising or business format franchising. Okay, this type of franchising is almost 95% of the franchise outlets. More specifically, the franchisor transfers all its operating systems, technical expertise, marketing systems, training systems, management methods, and essentially all relevant information to the new franchisee. Well, this type of franchising is the most common and the fastest growing of all 3 types of the franchising, and accounts for nearly 95% of the franchise outlets. For example, quick service restaurant, okay, Pizza Hut, for example, hotels, Holiday Inn, business service firms, car rental agencies, educational institutions. Yes, in Japan there are famous educational institutions. Franchising is a common system. This is a very, very famous educational institutions, beauty aid retailers, etc. Now we'll see the business format franchising, the number 3 parts. We'll explain a little bit more in detail, because this is 95% of the franchising system. Okay, franchisor issues to the franchisee for a specified time period and geographical territory a license to trade using the franchisor's name and any associated trademark or logo. Well, if you have agreed some franchising agreement, if you are possible franchisee, and then you have agreements between franchisor and franchisee, well, then a specified time period you are giving the right to sell this, for example, McDonald's hamburgers or Kentucky Fried Chickens, or geographical territories. You are limited to only specific area of the Karachi area, or a license to trade using the franchisor's name, brand names. You can sell their products, okay, under the name of the Kentucky Fried Chickens. Okay. The public which is franchised is normally an activity. Product which is franchised is normally an activity, usually service, which has been tried and tested to produce an operating formula. Well, Holiday Inn, they have some established service system. Okay, these ones you have to follow their system. The franchisor provides the franchisee with a detailed code of operation, which he or she is required to follow. This is sometimes something like a, well, franchisee don't like sometimes, because they don't have a free hand. Okay. Now, another characteristic of the business format franchising is a franchisor trains the franchisee in how to conduct the business according to the code of conduct specified. Well, because the franchisor have to maintain the reputation of the brand, so therefore they have a certain standards of the service. So the franchisee has to follow, and franchisor provide backup service instead in order to ensure the franchise operation successfully. All right. Well, so that is the format. The another format system is franchisee instead pays the franchisor first an initial fee for the business format concept. They have to buy the franchise ship, okay, and also an ongoing fee, often termed a royalty or management service fee for continuing support, usually percentage of sales turnover. Well, based on say $1 million, $2 million, certain percent of the things, maybe 5%, 10%, 20% as a royalty you have to pay to the franchisor, okay, because you can use their brand name and also you can get their service, management service, okay, and the marketing advertising tax based on sales turnovers. So these are the service fees which you have to pay to the franchisor. The another things, for any goods and stock, premises and equipments including shop fittings which the franchisor supplies. Well, then the franchisee owns the business and is free to dispose of it. Franchisee has a right to sell this franchise to other parties, though he or she will probably have to give the franchisor first refusal and obtain his or her approval of the person to whom it is to be sold. Well, this is a right of the franchisees. So this is the basic type of the franchisings. Okay, today I'll stop it here, but next one I will more in detail getting into the franchising forms. Thank you very much.